You are driving out on an American highway on the California coastline. You look over as a car is about to pass you, but it doesn't seem to be a car. Rather, it's a land yacht, and they had everything from chrome and vinyl to white wall tires and massive engines. In a world where today there are so many electric vehicles and subcompact cars on the road, it's hard to imagine there was a time in American car culture where things were just so different. Number 10, 1972 Cadillac Eldorado. Made to be a luxury vehicle, this car was marketed by Cadillac for 50 years with over 12 generations. The 1972 model was within the 9th generation and was about 126 inches in length. It also came with an 8.2-liter V8 engine, and although it was strong, it was not the kind of performance package we see in today's premium vehicles. However, it was able to comfortably sit 6 adults rather than just 4. This is a classic and deserves to be on this video's list. Number 9, 1973 Lincoln Mark IV. This car was a standout luxury kind of coupe in the early 70s, coming in at about 228 inches in length. It had a long hood, short deck design with a big grille to sport in the front along with hidden headlamps. It was a close variant to the Ford Thunderbird, with a shared roofline and inner body panels, but they had different outer body panels below the roofline. As for the interior, you could expect to see chrome accents, wire spoke wheel covers, and often at times a two-tone paint scheme. It came standard with a 7.5-liter V8 engine and pumped about 365 horsepower. Coincidentally, this car's biggest competitor was arguably the Cadillac Eldorado. As far as which model was better, I'll leave that up to you to decide in the comments below. Number 8, 1968 Plymouth Fury. So in 1959, Plymouth would introduce the Sport Fury as its top model, but by the end of the year, it was dropped, then reintroduced in mid-1962, and finally discontinued in 1971. Fast forward to 1968, and here is where we have the 119-inch long Plymouth Fury with a sharp, angular profile and had available engines like the 5.2-liter up to the Super Commando 7.2-liter V8. It had some minor updates from the previous year with a new grille alongside with marker lights and shoulder belts for front passengers. At the rear, all models, except the station wagon, got new sheet metal including reshaped rear doors on 4-door models. Also, from 66 to 1969, a luxury version called the Plymouth VIP was fielded in response to Ford LTD and the AMC Ambassador DPL. This VIP came standard with more sound insulation and a thicker grade of carpeting. And before we get to the next car, just a reminder to subscribe as it definitely helps me make better content for you guys. Number 7, 1975 Cadillac Coupe DeVille. The 75 Cadillac Coupe DeVille belonged to Cadillac's 7th generation of full-size luxury cars. Inside, it boasted lavish interiors with leather or patterned vinyl upholstery and unique cornering lights. With an impressive 8.2-liter V8 engine delivering 190 horsepower, this car offered a smooth cruising experience. Measuring 237 inches in length, it surpassed the dimensions of most modern pickup trucks, embodying luxury and size which was part of the culture in the 1970s. Part of the reason why these cars are on the list and why they were just so big was because American automakers were not really concerned about fuel economy until the energy crisis hit in the 70s. Rather, they were more concerned about things like emissions and safety. So huge cars on the road was part of American culture, and subcompact cars were not as prominent as they were overseas, like in Japan at the time. Number 6, 1975 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. The 1975 version of this model was within the 3rd generation, which went from 73 to 1977. This car did so well that in 74, it accounted for 43% of the division's total volume sold, with the coupe being the most popular model. The 1975 model had a 4.1-liter inline 6-cylinder engine that was standard through 1976, but also had a 4.3-liter V8 or 5.7-liter as an upgradable option. Number 5. 1969 Oldsmobile 98. So I can't make a list about huge American cars without including this land yacht on 4 wheels. The Oldsmobile 98 was the full-size flagship model and was the division's top-of-the-line car. It came with the most technologically advanced items available at the time, with an automatic headlight dimmer and the best grade interior and exterior trim. Also, this year's model were the only models to have an attached hood extension, but after receiving numerous complaints from dealerships and about like their mechanics hitting their heads on the extension, Oldsmobile changed the style of the hood in 1970, removing the extension, which resulted in a flat hood design. Standard engine was a rocket 7.5-liter V8 and had a wheelbase of about 127 inches. Number 4, 1978 Mercury Marquis. Launched as a divisional counterpart of the Ford LTD, the 1978 Marquis was a full-size car that epitomized American luxury with its 225-inch length that served as the basis for their later Mercury Grand Marquis. Powered by a standard 5.8-liter V8 engine, it offered a pretty smooth ride, and for this year's model, it also was given a redesigned grille and was marketed to be ride-engineered, essentially meaning it was a better ride compared to the more expensive European sedans at the time. Number 3, 1974 AMC Ambassador Brougham. The 1974 AMC Ambassador, at 219 inches long, was the flagship of the AMC lineup. It came with a 6.5-liter V8 engine, producing 235 horsepower, and it was known for basically having a pretty comfortable ride. It had well-appointed interior, and the Ambassador featured reclining front seats and wood grain trim. Number 2, 1973 Imperial LeBaron. In terms of sheer size, this is one of the biggest cars on my list. The Imperial LeBaron posted up at about 235 inches and was one of the longest post-war production cars ever made. Moreover, did you know that the federally mandated bumpers added an extra 5.5 inches to this already massive land yacht? Number 1, 1978 Chrysler New Yorker. The Chrysler New Yorker, which in my opinion was a classic American car known for being like one of the biggest land yachts out there. It was available in a 2-door and 4-door hardtop body style, and an optional St. Regis package included a partial formal padded vinyl roof that had a fixed B-pillar and opera window. Also, it did have some minor changes from the previous year with a new grille design and bright accents on the tail lamps. It came with a standard 6.6-liter V8 engine and measured an impressive 232 inches. Thank you guys so much for watching.